was born in Waco. I really didn't stay there long after I was born. Like, we just moved right to Dallas. That's where I lived at like the first 6 years of my life.
You missed a lot.
After that, my mom and dad ended up wanting to get out of Dallas. We moved to Austin, and Austin's where I grew up like most of my childhood. My dad would play basketball all the time. Like, he played in like little adult leagues all the time, and you know, it was just great to be in the gym all the time. And I feel like, you know, when you're just in the gym around it all the time, like, it just gradually it grows into a love and something that you can be committed to.
Stay up. Get up.
I'd say my freshman year of high school is when I really knew, like, I loved basketball, and I was like, I think I want to try my best to do what I can with this. And you know, once I finally got that mindset, like, that's when I really committed and locked in. And you know, what my ultimate goal was to make it to the NBA.
That's crazy.
You know, going to University of Houston, I got sold on like a vision. So, you know, when I committed there, like, the school wasn't where it is now. Like, it was an up and coming program. Coach Sampson was trying to turn things around, and you know, I wanted to be a part of something that was rebuilding, and I thought it was the perfect opportunity. Coach Sampson really, you know, harps hard work, discipline, accountability, and I think those are things that even outside of basketball that you need, like, just as an adult. And it was a great opportunity and a great timing, and it ended up being one of the best decisions I made in my life.
He was a freshman when I was a manager and a GA at University of Houston. So his freshman year, he came in. Immediately, I was like, okay, this guy's pretty good. But he would, you know, he'd get the brunt end of the raft. So I was like, come on, I got to try and talk to him a little bit, you know. Good shooter, just try and talk to him some. So now our relationship kind of built off of that, on me just helping him out with different points and stuff like that, different tips, so he can avoid pitfalls.
I think I had 17 pre-draft workouts, and so I was getting feedback from, you know, just saying that teams were thinking about taking a chance on me. You know, there were no promises, but, you know, you get your hopes up in that moment because, you know, when a team tells you that, it's like you feel like your life's about to get ready to change. So I'm just sitting there watching the draft, and obviously I didn't expect anything in the first round. So the first round was kind of just like whatever. And then once it got to the second round, I was, you know, kind of anticipating getting a phone call or, you know, just hearing my name pop up on the screen. And through 60 picks, it didn't happen. You know, in that moment, it's really tough in that moment because, like, obviously that's like your goal as a kid to hear your name get called on the television, going up there shaking the commissioner's hand, everything like that. But I think it just, like, put a chip on my shoulder to where, like, I just got to come prove a point now. Just because you don't get drafted doesn't mean, like, your journey's over. Like, there's so many players that went undrafted that are, you know, all-stars. And, you know, it might take you a little bit longer to get where you want to be, but it's still possible. You just got to work hard and, you know, trust your journey.
Fires over to Brooks. He'll let the three go. Splash for Armoni Brooks. The rookie out of Houston played 3 seasons for Kelvin Sampson in the American Athletic Conference, was the American Conference 6th Man of the Year last season.
After the draft, I ended up going to a G League combine that was in Chicago. And I went there, I played pretty well, and I ended up signing an Exhibit 10 contract with Atlanta. So, you know, I went to training camp with them, played a couple preseason games, and ended up getting sent to their G League team. And, you know, G League's a good experience, I feel like, because you play NBA rules, you're playing against NBA players, and, you know, there's constantly NBA teams watching, so it's like nonstop scouting, really. And so I just think that's a great opportunity, and it's something that I wanted to do, and I feel like I took pretty good advantage of it.
Woo! Brooks from way downtown for 3.
Brooks has not been shy since entering the lineup. Armoni Brooks knocks down another. First year out of Houston. Good shooter, offensive player, trying to show his value in those areas.
I don't think I really had like a breakout game. I was just trying to be as consistent as possible and, you know, sticking to my role and, you know, doing the thing that if I was going to make it to the NBA, it was going to be the thing that got me to the NBA, which was shooting. So I think I just really locked in on that, and I just tried to stay as consistent as possible throughout the year.
Ball kicked outside, 3 ball is up, and it's good. As Brooks drains the 3. What a turnaround there. Big bucket for the Skyhawks, cutting the lead back down to 8.
You have to have that confidence with you. Like, if you don't go in there with that confidence every day, like, you could get sent out the door. And because everyone's fighting for the same positions, but you have to find a way to fit in without standing out too much, knowing that what goal you're still trying to accomplish. You know, because on most NBA teams, you're not going to be a star player. You're going to be a role player. So you just try to mold in as fast as possible and, you know, just do what you do.
But this is Brooks. Got it. Leading the league in three-pointers made, Armoni Brooks.
He's a natural scorer, but one thing I really enjoyed about Armoni is that he listens, he asks questions, and he's very attentive, and he wants to be a good player.
Armoni Brooks sticks the three.
Man, that's what he does.
I was playing in the G League bubble with the RGV Vipers. I played pretty well, and I ended up, right after the bubble, getting a two-way contract with the Rockets, you know, just to end the year. And so after the end of that season, I worked out with them the whole summer, and I ended up getting my two-way converted into a standard contract with them right before the end of preseason. And so that was, you know, tried to take advantage of those opportunities as much as possible to get my foot in the door. So my last 3 years were non-guaranteed, theoretically, and just only this year was guaranteed. Just being in this league in general is a lot, you know. It's a lot on your mind because, you know, every day you just got to prove yourself, and that's just what it comes down to. Like, you have to be able to live with the uncertainty and with the, you know, with having to prove yourself every day and having to come in and make sure that you're sharp every single day because you still have something that you have to earn. And, you know, it's just part of the business. And until you can get to where you're a solidified player, you know, it's what you got to deal with.
No, I talked to some guys in Houston who said he was a shooter, could play a little bit, but, you know, wasn't a good fit there on a different kind of team in different circumstances, but he could make a shot. And this team doesn't have a lot of shooting. He's still young, and he's, like Nick said, he's an athlete, so maybe you can teach him. And I think it was huge to get him in their summer program to see what he is when they come back to camp.
So you're back in the G League again after that. You play against the 905. You have a good game, 24-7, three steals. You think that plays interest in you know, being here now, something like that?
Maybe not playing against that specific team, but I think just being able to play again, like you know, being able to go out there and get your swagger back, you know, and just play. Like, playing is the biggest thing, you know, because it keeps you relevant. Like, if you disappear for too long, people will start to forget about your name.
I mean, Armoni's a guy that we've watched ever since he was playing in college at Houston and tracked him. We had him in the pre-draft process, getting to know him a little bit as a draft prospect. And then ever since, you know, whether or not we drafted him or not, we keep tracking him his first couple years in the league, in the G League, around the NBA, and just keep monitoring him to see if he'll fit with how we play.
I was in Atlanta getting some ice cream, and my agent calls me and was like, yeah, you need to go pack your bags. You're about to fly to Cleveland, because the team was in Cleveland at that time. You're about to fly to Cleveland, you go sign a 10-day with the Raptors. So I'm like, okay. So I rush home, pack my bags, pack everything, head to the airport. I get to Cleveland like 2 in the morning, got shoot around the next morning at 9 o'clock, and you're just trying to figure out everything, like, because you get there, you don't know anybody. You don't know anything about the plays, the coaches. So you're just literally learning from day one. And you try to figure out as much as possible, but it's so much because the team's just in the middle. They're in their season flow. Like, everyone knows what's going on but you, so you're having to try to figure out everything. You're asking a lot of questions, trying to watch as much film as possible, and, you know, just have a good attitude about it all, because you never know what opportunity you're going to get in a 10-day. And, you know, it's a great opportunity to try to take advantage and just get some knowledge from the team, and, you know, you try to take advantage of it, and hopefully you get some opportunity to play in the game, and you just got to make the most of it.
Yeah, I don't know how these guys do it, honestly. Like, they're getting a playbook dropped on their lap to try and figure out what they have to do in short time. And then on top of that, you're basically on an audition for a short period of time where if you don't make those shots, your future is basically decided quickly. And so it's, I don't know, it's definitely not something that I think is, you know, a true audition, if you will, for a guy. Like, you have to kind of look through some of the nerves and the just not knowing the system and different things to where how do they gel with the players in the locker room? How do they fit to where if you can see some long-term potential and how they fit in the bigger picture, you kind of look through just the 10-day stint and see the bigger picture of what you can actually bring to us on a less stressful, less pressure, like long-term picture.
I didn't think there was a chance I went in first game. He called my name and I was kind of like, I was surprised. But, I'll just, go in, try to play hard, try to make something happen in the time that you get and, try to earn his trust little by little.
A lot of our young players, as you see, when they get a little bit of confidence, their game goes to a whole nother level. And I think it's really tough for guys when you sign them on a 10-day to see who they truly are. And you get a little bit of time to let them get comfortable, and then that confidence usually builds with comfort. And so, he's a guy that early on in his stint with us, he wasn't shooting great, but we felt like there's shots that we know he can make. And the more he just plays with intensity and energy and doesn't make mistakes on the defensive end, that'll eventually translate offensively. And so we kind of, as we thought further along about, is this a guy that, we have to make a decision after 20 days, is it worth moving forward with? His play seemed to just get better and better the longer he was with us, to where it felt like some of those shots he might not have been making early on, they're going to start dropping, and that's going to just help everybody around him over the coming weeks.
You try not to come out there just gunning. At least I didn't. I'm not going to come out there taking too many shots, because that's just not what the team wants. And but once the team got to know me a little bit better, like, they really started just telling me to shoot the ball. So, like, when people are just telling you to do something that they know that you're good at, like, it really just makes you feel confident in yourself to do it. And so, Fred was telling me shoot the ball, Pascal, shoot the ball, Scotty, shoot the ball. Like, hearing your best players on the team tell you to shoot the ball, coach, shoot the ball. Like, it just builds that confidence in you to go out there and, do what you do.
Number one, he looks like he belongs. He has a good presence on the floor and knows where to be, knows what he's supposed to be doing. He's got a nice shooting stroke. He plays hard defensively. He's got good explosiveness, awareness on the floor, and Nick Nurse has confidence in him. He's played like a guy that has the confidence of his coaching staff and his teammates. So it looks very natural, very comfortable. So I'm not surprised that he was signed to that extension, because he looks like a guy that has a lot of positive attributes. And with Malachi Flynn banged up, and with Fred VanVleet having issues once in a while with his knee, I think it's good insurance.
Armoni's been great. He's been just being really asking questions and wanting to learn. You can tell that, like, he's someone that wants to learn and understand what type of, team and environment that he's getting himself into, like a culture that's all about development and wanting to get better. And I can see that, and he's definitely, seems like a great person, and obviously we're going to have a lot more time to get to know each other and stuff. But, every time he sees me, there's always, something, he has a question or anything like that, he always asks, and he's great to be around.
Oh, the second 10-day, I knew that was going to happen when, because Fred was kind of in and out, being hurt. So my agent kind of told me that we thought that would happen. Now, the rest of the season, that kind of did catch me off guard. I didn't really know about that till Friday night. And so I was obviously super excited, because, it's a great opportunity, and, I really enjoy the team, enjoy the city and the fans, and I'm happy to be here for as long as I am, and, hopefully we can keep it going. But, I find out an hour and a half before I go to sleep. My agent tells me, he's like, yeah, you're gonna sign your contract in the morning. I'm like, cool. I was excited, talking to my parents, letting them know like what's going on, and they were excited about it. So it's a good feeling. I've always just got the explanation that you don't really just have a city behind you, you got the whole country. And so but I didn't think it was like this. Like, I didn't know that, they would recognize who I was this fast. Like, I walked to go get a cup of coffee, I'm getting stopped. Like, it's crazy, because even in Houston, I wouldn't get stopped this often. Yeah, it's always someone want to take a picture or just come up and talk to you for a little bit. I think it's dope, though, because, Like, you can see how bought in they are to the team and, you know, to the city. Just how loud they are at the games. Like, the games feel more like a college, like the atmosphere is more like a college atmosphere than any NBA arena I've been to. I haven't really been able to, like, get out and really experience the city that much, I guess I should say. But I'll be up here most of the summer, so I'll be able to really get out there and, you know, see the city, you know, experience a couple more things, go to some of the lakes people have been telling me about. So I'm pretty excited about that.
What's going to make him stick is that he has an NBA skill, and he's not done developing the rest of his game. That's what's going to make him stick. There's a lot of different ways that he can learn different tips and everything like that. He's got an NBA skill, as we all see, but I think that there's ways that he can expand that skill even more.
Minnesota and Toronto on a Wednesday night, Jack. Time for basketball, and two teams with just a week and a half left in the season, battling for playoff positioning. Raptors are 3-0 on this homestand, Jack. This is the fourth and final game of this homestand. Then they head to O-Town, Orlando, and Minnesota opens up with possession of the basketball. Minnesota, they've dropped 3 of their last 4 in 2 straight. They haven't lost 3 in a row since late December, early January, as Anthony Edwards in his second year out of Georgia. The 2 out of the 3 is good.
Well, we did a good job of continue getting it in there and then getting it out of there, and obviously we made a ton of them tonight, right? Which is also good. I thought we took the right ones. We made the extra pass. We got a bunch of corner, you know, swing threes, and those usually are really good rhythm, but everybody was in the act tonight with their 3-ball tonight, so that was great.
Ahead now, Pascal out on the run, up top, OG! 19-6 run, timeout, Timberwolves. Here we go! Raptors with a chance here to grab the lead at halftime. Pascal with Vanderbilt all over, drive, kick, for the 3! Raptors battling tonight, and they lead by 2. Pascal's got it! Triple-double, second of his career.
Yeah, it shows a testament to who Pascal is, what he does for his game, how he showcases his game, how he works on his game. You know, he gets after it, he works on it every day. He really perfects his craft to the best of his abilities. Great talent, great player. I'm glad he's on our team.
Siakam checking out here, Matty D. Yeah, Pascal. Triple-double. Crowd all pumped up, appreciative of an amazing night. Raptors are going to come away with a victory since January 29th. They're 21-9. The Raptors will take it 125-102. Good night, Minneapolis. St. Paul. And they head to Orlando.
Playing in the playoffs is everybody's dreams, and you know, we gotta win as many of these games as possible to get the best possible seeding we can get. I've never played in the playoffs, so I'm super excited about it. I'm excited to see the atmosphere and, you know, how intense it is, and I'm sure it's completely different from the regular season. But it's great to be in this situation. It's what you dream of.
Get out the plane! Let's go, Russ! Don't worry about it. Hey, meet at the plane! I got you, coach.
Control the angle on every play. With Bell 5G and TSN 5G View, you can zoom in or out, rotate around the action, and replay live. Powered by Bell 5G.